De'Aaron. I think your brother's getting hold of your mom, so you guys can get out of here probably. Yeah. By the time we're done with this. Okay, De'Aaron. I'm Detective Ambikitis with the police department. I don't think I've ever met you, which in my line of work that's a good thing. This is in reference to case number 11-6401. It is an armed robbery / home invasion that just occurred at 803 Silver Street here in Alton. What time did this roughly occur?
It was about 1:30.
About 1:30.
Probably something like that.
And that's your residence. That's your home address, 803 Silver Street. What's your name, young man?
De'Aaron Marius Price.
De'Aaron. I believe De'Aaron was spelled D-E-A-R-R-O-N.
Yes.
Because I spoke to you up at the scene for a few minutes. What was your middle initial?
M.
M. What's your date of birth, De'Aaron?
6/26/91.
6/26 and 91. And your 803 Silver. What was your phone number again?
975.
Yep.
8013.
8013. Was that 618 or
618?
Okay. Today's date is March the 28th, 2011. We're going to go with the time, De'Aaron, of 4:20 p.m. This happened around 1:30 today at your home. Were you home all day?
Yes, I was home.
Okay. Where'd you go to school at?
Lewis and Clark.
Okay, so you and your brother are both in Lewis and Clark. Excellent. Excellent. Tell me what happened, man. We'll just go 1:30. Where were you at when you noticed something was wrong?
I was like in a computer room, and then like I heard the door like get kicked down. Then I looked up.
Were you in the computer room with your brother?
We both in there.
Gotcha.
Then I heard the door get kicked down. He went like in the kitchen to like to see what the noise was. And all I heard was saying, "Get down on the ground, give me it."
You heard get down on the ground.
Yeah,
so it sounded like a robbery.
Yeah, it sounded like a robbery. So I stayed back there like, dang, is this really happening though?
Okay.
Then
you stayed in the computer room?
Yeah, I just stayed in the computer room.
Okay. Tell me what it was. You heard people yelling, get down on the ground. All kinds of hell raising going on.
Yeah.
Did you stay in the room the whole time?
Yeah, I stayed in the room the whole time.
Did anybody come in that room?
Nope, ain't nobody coming there.
Okay. Your mother and your brother telling me that the guys came there to steal something from him. What was it?
I guess weed. Okay. And they got a laptop and I guess $200.
Okay, and that's as told to you by
my brother.
De'Aaron. Okay. Do you know De'Aaron to have a little bit of weed?
My brother?
Or not De'Aaron.
I mean, not that you want to kick nobody's door if I.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know what I mean? Does he smoke a little weed?
Yeah, he smokes.
Does he give some to his buddies?
I mean, yeah, that's what.
Well, what I'm asking is, did you see the amount of weed that those guys took?
I guess, yeah, it was in the house. It was just only a little bit, like a little, probably under an ounce or something.
Okay. Around an ounce, maybe a little less than an ounce?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a garbage bag full?
No, not no garbage bag, no.
Okay. You sure you want something to drink, man?
No,
Get you Mountain Dew. I'm positive? Your mouth dry, man? I can get you one.
Yeah, man.
All you gotta do is ask.
Yeah, okay.
Swear. All you gotta do is say, hey, Sheriff Pete, hook me up with one. All right. If you want one before you go, let me know. Okay. Did you hide somewhere in the room?
Yeah, I was in the closet.
You were in the closet? Are you sure those guys didn't come in that room?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think they came in there.
All right. Okay. Wisely so, your brother went and took care of the knuckleheads that broke in your door, and you stayed out of sight, out of mind, just in case they were going to do something crazy, which, it could have went that way. How long were they in there?
About 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. Did you hear any? How many voices did you hear?
I thought I heard about 2.
Okay.
But he said it was 3 people though.
You heard about 2 voices, yelling and screaming, but your brother told you it was actually 3 guys that came in? Okay. Did your brother tell you who it was?
He said one was Marco.
One was Marco? Do you know Marco?
I mean, like, I see him riding around here every day for real.
Okay. You see him hanging around the area, the neighborhood? Yeah. Okay. Do you know Marco's last name?
Phipps.
Okay. But you didn't see these guys. It's just your brother said, hey, one of the guys was Marco Phipps. Okay. Did he say anybody else?
I guess whoever the Johnny dude was, like somebody told me that was his nickname. Could be, we described him to a couple people.
Okay. Okay. Some Johnny dude.
Uh-huh.
Do you know Johnny? You see Johnny around
like,
the area?
Nah, I ain't never seen him. I've seen him a couple times before though, but like not like that though.
Okay. Not like there was no problem.
No.
Has there ever been problems
Nah,
with Uncle or this Johnny?
we ain't even never got into it or nothing.
Okay. So these guys apparently just decided to rob Emmanuel of a little dope, a little weed and a little cash, and a laptop.
Laptop.
Got your brother's laptop as well. Okay. Well, that's as much as you witnessed. You heard something that sounded like the door getting forced open.
Yeah.
Emmanuel went to investigate. You stayed out of sight, out of mind until they left. You heard a couple voices. You heard him saying, get down on the ground, that kind of thing. Did you hear him say anything in particular?
Like,
besides get down on the ground?
Give me it. I know you got some.
I know you got some? Okay. You heard, give it to me, I know you got some, something like that?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Did you peek out that closet and look or anything like that? You just stayed?
I just stayed in.
Stayed tight.
Cause like it's
smart.
Like,
Smart. Just let it cool until everybody leaves. Is anybody else in the house with you and Emmanuel?
No.
Do you know the phone number of Marco Phipps?
No, but I don't even know his number.
Okay. Do you know this Johnny kid's number?
No.
Where do you know where they stay? Where they hang out?
Like, I guess on Green. Like they be on Green.
Up at the same house Marco's been staying at?
Yeah, I
guess. You know who that is that lives up there?
Like, I don't even know who live up there. I just know like they always be up there and dudes stay like.
There's a woman who lives up there, but I don't know who she is to Marco.
Yeah, I don't know who it is to him.
We're talking about the same house up there on Green. Okay. So we're talking about the same Marco then.
Yeah, we is.
Okay, but you don't know if they live there, they stay there. Does Johnny hang out there?
Like he'd be like 2 doors down.
Okay.
I guess like that's why
2 doors.
a couple times.
If I'm
to the left.
If I'm going up Green towards Garden,
is
to the left is the house that Marco stays at. Is the house that Johnny stays at on the same side of the street? Is it a couple houses before you get to that, or a couple houses after? If I'm going up Green,
if you going up a couple houses before,
like 2 houses before, maybe Johnny stays in that house. What's that house look like? You remember?
Like I don't, it's a little ugly.
Just a regular little house, like all the houses up on that street kind of look the same. You know, they're just a little wood frame house. Okay. Okay. All right. How old is Johnny?
I don't know. Somebody told me around probably like 21, 22, like 20.
You've seen Johnny. Do you think Johnny's about that age?
Yeah, he about
if you
that
had to
age.
guess?
Yeah, about 20, 21.
How old would you say Marco is? Marco?
Probably about 23.
You think Marco's about 22, 23, and is Johnny maybe the same age, maybe a little younger?
Yeah,
but he's probably in his early 20s.
Yeah, they all in that little age.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not going to show you any pictures since you didn't see what happened. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for what you heard, and then after it was all said and done, what your brother Emmanuel told you about what happened. Is there anything else you think I'm forgetting? Anything else you think that you heard or you saw that might be important?
Nope.
Okay. All right. They got a little bit of weed. They got a little bit of cash from Emmanuel, and they got his laptop. Okay. And he said there's 3. You heard at least 2 voices.
Yeah.
And he told you there was 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me go shut off the cameras, man. See if Emmanuel got a hold of your mom. See if she's here. Thanks for coming down, man. I know that for some reason you guys were scared. You didn't want to tell me you had a little bit of weed or something like that.
Yeah.
While I'm not proud of you for having a little bit of weed, you know, that's not the bigger issue here. The bigger issue is that somebody invaded your home and stuck a gun in your brother's face. That's an issue. Other than that, gosh, stay in school, man.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance, you know what I mean? It's the only chance you got, kiddo. I hate to say it, I know you've heard it a million times.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, let me go shut all this off, man. I'll see if your mom's here. Okay?